Welcome everyone. Today we are diving into the Read and Notice task, an essential part of the TOEFL reading section. We'll focus on how to identify the core purpose and specific requirements of formal announcements, helping you navigate academic and professional instructions with ease. Let's get started and sharpen those analytical skills. If you want to keep mastering TOEFL strategies like these, make sure to subscribe to myTOEFL. Let's continue our journey toward your goal score together. Research Integrity Bureau. The title Research Integrity Bureau suggests a formal body responsible for maintaining ethical and procedural standards. It prepares the reader to expect a notice regarding compliance, rules, or official oversight within a scientific or academic setting. Laboratory access and safety certification. This subtitle narrows the scope to laboratory access and safety certification, indicating that the text will outline specific requirements for entry. It highlights that safety is the primary condition for gaining permission to use the facility. Graduate students needing access to the Chemical Analysis Laboratory must register for the mandatory safety seminar through the department's web portal by next Tuesday. This sentence identifies the target audience as graduate students and sets a clear deadline for action. The use of the word mandatory signals that the seminar is a non-negotiable requirement for anyone seeking lab access. Applicants should download the safety handbook and complete the digital assessment to demonstrate their understanding of hazardous material handling. Here, the text describes the preparatory steps, requiring students to download the safety handbook and pass a test. This ensures that participants demonstrate their understanding of safety protocols before they are allowed to handle dangerous materials. To finalize authorization, participants must bring a signed safety agreement and their student identification card to the coordinator's office in room 210. This sentence explains the final logistical step to finalize authorization by visiting a specific location. By mentioning room 210, the author provides the precise physical destination where the process must be completed. What type of organization issued the notice? The question asks us to identify the type of organization that issued this notice. We need to look for vocabulary related to the setting and the people involved to determine the source. Now, keeping this in mind, let's look at our options. Let's take a closer look at option A, a local health office. While the notice mentions safety, there is no mention of a health office or public health services. The focus is on specialized lab work rather than community health, so we can eliminate this. Now let's examine option B, a university department. This is a strong candidate because the text mentions graduate students and a department's web portal. These terms are specific to an academic environment, suggesting the issuer is indeed a university entity. Here's option C. Let's break it down. A historical society. A historical society would not typically manage a chemical analysis laboratory or safety certifications for hazardous materials. This option does not fit the scientific context of the passage. Let's evaluate option D together. A commercial chemical company. Although a chemical company might have a lab, the mention of student identification cards clearly points toward an educational institution rather than a private commercial business. The correct answer to this question is option B, since the text explicitly references graduate students and departmental resources typical of a university. How can the customer-student user complete the process? This question asks how a student can complete the process mentioned in the notice. We must look for the sequence of steps, specifically the combination of digital and physical actions required. Now, keeping this in mind, let's look at our options. Let's start by looking at option A, by attending a lecture in the City Hall. The notice mentions a seminar, but City Hall is never referenced. The text points to room 210 and on campus, so this option is incorrect due to the wrong location. Next, let's consider option B, by calling the office for a permit. The text does not mention calling the office to obtain a permit. Instead, it instructs students to use a web portal for registration and visit the office in person. Now, let's evaluate option C, by using a website and visiting an office. And this option is correct because it accurately reflects the two main steps: using a web portal, a website, and going to the coordinator's office to finalize authorization. Finally, let's check option D, by emailing the laboratory coordinator. The notice does not mention emailing the coordinator. It requires students to bring physical documents to a specific office, making this option a procedural error. The correct answer to this question is option C, which shows that the student must perform both online tasks and a physical visit to complete the requirement. To succeed in read a notice questions, always look for the specific logistics like who, where, and by when. Pay close attention to the verbs to distinguish between digital actions and physical requirements. Mastering these details will ensure you never fall for common distractors in the TOEFL reading section.